Hi everyone, this is Strong Girls Knits, and I'm finally here with some knitting. It has been a while for knitting. I know sewing, it feels like I've been able to update you guys a little regularly on sewing. Knitting, I have been very monogamous with one project. I mean, this past weekend I kind of snuck in some other things, but well, let me talk about that. So, if you guys watched my Day at the Lake video, you saw I was working on washcloths. So, I actually, here's one I finished today. I try and do like a pattern washcloth like this, and then I get bored with it, and I'm just like, oh, I just want to knit. So, yeah, this is plain one, and then I have like two plain ones where it's just like this, where you increase and then you decrease back. So I'm trying to finish off the rest of this. I found more cotton that I had that I thought I had all the cotton gone, but apparently I did not. I still have this red and white, which I think that actually has someone that it's I'm supposed to knit for, and then this yellow and gold, or pink and gold. So we'll put that back in there. In my nifty little basket that my mom had found for me, it's got panels. Yarn shoots out. It has panels in it, which is kind of nice. So once I get rid of this cotton, I can use it for other stuff. But so there's that. And I did do a bit of spinning with my alpaca because my wrist was actually hurting. Let's see. So Saturday, it's just hurting really bad, and it's fine during lifting because I wear these straps. And it just locks it in place, so my wrist isn't going anywhere. But I was trying to knit, and it just hurt and hurt. At one point I had actually both my wrists hurting, but this one felt better, whereas this one, my dominant right hand, just kept hurting and hurting. So I was like, James, I'm probably just going to stop knitting until the competition, just to try and preserve my hand. And I spun a bit, and that still kind of hurt, but I was able to actually get a decent amount of spinning done. And then I decided to go ahead and wear a brace that I have. It used to be Kristen's, and then we just always kind of swapped it back and forth. So we tend to hurt her wrist, and then she hasn't really had any wrist problems at all. So I ended up inheriting it, but of course if she ever needed it, it's hers as well. But so I wore it, and I was like, well, I know this isn't the best thing, because usually you don't want to just immobilize something, so I went ahead and I was like, I'm just gonna sleep in it, and I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. It just still sore to move it around, so I took it off. I was like, you know what, just you gotta try and move it around a bit, maybe that'll help, because apparently immobilizing didn't, and it just started feeling better. And it was like, I still have a bit of twinging, but it's definitely going into the competition, I feel fine. But apparently putting the brace on overnight helped. It was able to fix whatever, but then it just made it stiff, so I had to work out the stiffness. And that's why Sunday, and this was Sunday morning, we went to the lake, and I grabbed knitting, and we actually had to drive around town for a little bit, and I whipped off a washcloth before we even got to the lake, and then pretty much almost had a second one done by the time we left the lake. But yeah, so I think I have 3, and then this one, I could be wrong, I don't know, doesn't matter. But yeah, and it was funny because James kept teasing me. He's like, oh, I thought you weren't gonna knit till the meet. And I'm like, well, apparently my wrist said otherwise, because I'm a fidgety person. I could have easily just sewed, but we were going to the lake for like him and Jimmy to fish, and girls were running around. I was like, I just don't want to just sit here. I have to do something. So I just walked around, and I left my bag downstairs. But it's one of my triangle bags. It's actually one of the first triangle bags I made, and it doesn't have interfacing, so it doesn't stick up. But I had that, and I walked around with it, and those are perfect because it has a handle strap, and it's just perfect for knitting. Because like the wedge bags, it's just kind of, I don't know, I just like the proportion of the pyramid bag where it has a base. So, but anyways, the project I've been working on, this is Boho Chic Knits, I think. It's Boho Chic, and then I think it's Knits or Fibers is her tag. She has a store. She used to do fibers, and I bought a few from her, a few bags from her, but she has discontinued doing fibers because she really wants to focus on her yarn and patterns, because she writes tons of patterns, and because she just wasn't getting the joy that she gets from doing the other things. So, which is totally understandable. I was lucky enough to get a couple bags, so I need to spin them. I'm staring at them right now, but anyways, you want to see the sweater. Sorry. So this is for Jessica, and I have finished the body of it. Now, how the pattern is written, it is worked in pieces, but I wanted to do the body in the round because I wanted the evenness of it, because once you get to where you go for the armholes, everything is pretty much word for word on both sides, well, like row count. So I'm really weird. I have to have, like, that's why I don't do many pieces, because I want everything to be exact. Anyways, so here is the body. Ooh. There we go. And this is really pretty. I like, and the stitch definition is definitely showing up well. This is I think it's Big Stitch. It's a Joann's acrylic. I've only seen it at Joann's. It's a nice fabric, and I have a feeling, or yarn, and I have a feeling it's gonna, when you wash it, it'll be really really nice as well. It's acrylic. You can tell it's not like super acrylic, like the super soft acrylic that you can get with Knit Picks, which is probably the best acrylic I've come across. But again, I mean, I spent, this was a test knit, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money. One, because it was a test knit, so if something went wrong and I got angry with it, I didn't want to have this nice yarn and ruin it. Also, I wanted something that could easily go into the wash, because this is for Jessica, which I know she would treat it well if it was nicer yarn, but I just don't want to put that on her, as gifts. I try not to, unless it's like another knitter or someone who understands that, and not saying that she doesn't, but I just don't want to, I feel like I just want to be polite, so I just want to do that. But like I said, it turns out to be a pretty decent choice, because all the stitch definition is showing up very well. And the only thing I will say, so for the border, it was supposed to be like a cable. You can kind of see it. I don't think it turned out very well, so I don't think it turned out how she imagined, or at least there's not a clear picture of the edging of hers. So I don't know if maybe I did something wrong, but how I did it, from my understanding, because it's simple cabling, but yeah, this is the only thing so far that I'm just like, it doesn't, I don't know, it just kind of seemed to be a bit of a times that suck. So anyways, but I have finished the body. I haven't separated it or anything, like different needles, so it's all still connected. But for the front and the back, I will be working back and forth. So I went ahead and started. I only got a few rows into it, but I have started a couple decreases. So, oh no, it's nice. And I did separate my ball, so I went ahead and like unwinded from one end and tried to get pretty decently equal balls. I could have gotten super exact and got my scale out, but I didn't. I was sitting at the sofa watching The Great British Bake Off. Actually, no, I was watching Lab Rats with the kids, and then proceeded to do The Great British Bake Off with James after they had gone to bed. But anyways, yeah, so I still have a full skein. So this is the second skein, and I still have plenty to get out of this. So I'm pretty excited, because let's see, front and back got me about a foot, so I feel like that's good. I'm afraid I did the 42 chest size, and my gauge matched up pretty well. I'm assuming she meant 4 inches. I could be wrong, I did go up in, I mean, I'm using an 8 and she calls for a 7 because all my 7s were taken. And I did the gauge and it seemed just fine. It seemed a little long, which was fine because it's supposed to be like a long tunic type sweater. And I figured that would be fine. Just, you know, it would cover Jess's butt and hopefully she will be pregnant here soon. And it'd be great for, you know, if her belly gets bigger. So, because, yeah, and she likes looser stuff. It's very much her style. So, and I saw it and that's what I thought. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and test knit. Because she had released Katie. I think her name's Katie. Yes. Annie. No, it's Annie. It's Annie. She, you know, she put it out there for test knitters. I was like, oh yeah, I have till I have to finish this before November the 15th. So it'd be nice if I could finish it beforehand so she could maybe release it sooner. Because I definitely want to get it done beforehand. I don't want to hit the deadline and just be finishing up. But so far everything's fine. The instructions are fine. I am going to talk to her though because part of the pattern, the center pattern, the directions were a little confusing, and I read over it again. It made sense, but I definitely feel like it might help to have a tutorial on how to do, or just kind of a video thing to be like, this companion that goes with it, and it wouldn't give anything away for the pattern either, so it could be a free video, and just when you go to work, do the pattern. If you're a little confused by it, you can look at the video. So I'm going to put that out there for Annie and see if she would be interested in that, or if she wants to do that herself. So she did have a typo though on the thing. It was supposed to be like X amount of rows, and she accidentally skipped one of the middle numbers, and so she did like 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't know. It was funny. But I went to do it and I was like, I don't understand. And I had one of my knitting friends, I had her read over it and I was like, do you understand? And then it was funny because as she started reading it, I caught the mistake of the numbers, but then again, it was a little confusing for me at first, and I just had to kind of just do it and see what happened. So, but yeah, it's a nice pattern. I think the thing I would change, the butchered for me. I did not quite do what the decrease on the back called for, so maybe that would have been a little different. But anyways, it does seem really big, although I did hold it up to her, and it's like just this, and I hold it up to her. It's a little over her halfway point on her body, so it goes just a little over, which I guess circumference wise that would be fine. So maybe it'll fit her just fine. I just started freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, it's too big, because I guess I keep comparing it to myself, and she's a little bigger than me, and I'm just like, it's too big. So I had that with James's sweater I was working on. It seemed so big, but then I hold it up to him, I'm like, okay, it looks fine. Everything's fine. I don't know, I can't knit for others that are bigger than me and then freak out about it looking too big. So, but yeah, this is really nice. I don't think I'm going to take this on my trip to Atlanta. I'm probably just going to take my cozy memory blanket. So this is definitely going to have a break over the next few days. So, yeah. And I think it's almost at the stage of I have to stop taking it to work, because I have to kind of sit and concentrate for it, or at least while I'm doing this lace paneling on the front, because I think I'm going to go ahead and finish the front, and then do the back, which the back is just plain, so I could do that anywhere. And then the sleeves I am doing separately. I still haven't decided how I want to do the sleeves, because again, the sleeves are knit flat, and I might go ahead and do them in the round, because I don't want to stitch them up. That's why I'm trying to avoid as much stitching as I can. So, which Annie's probably like, when I talked to her about that, I was like, well, could I do this in the round? Do you have any objections to that? And she's like, yeah, that's, you can go ahead if you feel comfortable being able to do that, but I'm not going to change the pattern for it to be in the round. I was like, nope, totally fine. I just don't want to stitch stuff. I want to have minimum stitching together, which she totally understood. So this is a pattern that, it is, what do you call it? you could adapt thus far. You can adapt it to in the round, although I do suggest that, well, you'd have to do the chest, this part, back and forth. So yeah, and you just have to take out a couple stitches. So, and that's what I will give my notes on that and be like, well, maybe you should put notes in there as to if you do the body in the round, that you suggest taking off like a stitch on each side or something like that. I don't know. So that's really it. I have no other knitting stuff going on. Like I said, I've been trying to be very good, and I've been crazy monogamous with this, and I'm actually kind of proud of myself. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna get a whole sweater. It's not for me and not for James. And James is kind of like, I want my sweater. But yeah, I'm whipping it out. So I did want to show, I know I always have my new stuff video at the end of each month, but I kind of want to show these real quick. Sailor Moon. I think I'm going to wear these at my competition. They should be high enough. Well, they're called crew socks, but they should be tall enough for me to be knee-high socks. But if they're not, that's fine, because I have other Sailor Moon socks that I bought that just has her on it, that are knee-highs, and I want to compete in those if they will let me. I don't see why not. They're just plain socks. It's not like they're compression socks or anything. They're not going to give me an advantage, physically at least. But yeah. Oh, and then I got these as well. Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Venus, and Sailor Mars. These are actually on clearance online. And I also got a coffee mug as well, which it's downstairs. Well, not a coffee mug, it's a thermal travel mug. Because coffee will never go in it. It'll either be tea or hot chocolate. But, not a coffee drinker whatsoever. And, but yeah, I just had to show those off because I'm excited. Because I already bought a pack of these with the faces on them, which, I haven't shown them yet. But those are actually on clearance on Hot Topics website. So, what was it? One day they were having, no, I think I missed the 30% off sale. I went ahead and, but I ordered those, all those 3 things so I could get free shipping to the store. And, which kind of sucks. Hot Topic doesn't, like, there's no money amount that you can get for free shipping to your house. But if you spend at least $20, you can get free shipping to the store, which thankfully for me, I have a Hot Topic here locally, so pretty much if I get something to the store, there's always a reason for me to go near it for like knitting on Mondays or something. So, but yeah. And I did want to say, Sarah, so I went to Knitting Monday, and it was kind of exciting because James is taking an anatomy class at one of our local universities, and Monday nights is when he has lecture. And so I don't get to leave the house till 6:30, so I get to knitting really late on Mondays, but they were on fall break, so he didn't have his class on Monday, which was exciting. And so I left at like 4:15, or no, not even that. Yeah, I left at 4:15. I'm pretty much like, I was ready to go. I was like, I get to have knitting all the time. And I did leave. No, I still left kind of later. It was the longest knitting I've had since his semester has started, so, which is fine. I cannot deny him that. But, anyways, it was really nice, and, because I definitely wanted to see everybody. That was another exciting thing, because I definitely wanted to see all the ladies that usually maybe have already left by the time I get there. So, I get to see both my best friends, of course, and Miss Cheryl. Lovely political talks with her, so, but I got to see Miss Sarah, who, excuse me, I've actually known her since I started going to this knitting group. It's actually her and Chris and I had to change, originally the Evansville group that Chris and I started going to met on Wednesday nights, and then I could no longer do Wednesday nights for just whatever reason. I think it was lifting and then other reason as well. But so we switched it to Monday night, and Sarah was really the only one, and the group was kind of dispatching anyways at that point. But then Sarah was really the only one that came over, which was fine. I love her to death. She's older, and I can't really think of anything else, but she's really nice. She's definitely, I think, one of the few people that I can honestly call like a good Christian woman. Not to like down anybody, but like she's just, I don't know, she very much is by no means a hypocrite, which is awesome. When I don't know, I think she's really awesome. She always is very much a lady, which I would hope so, but I don't know, I really love her. Anyways, besides all that, but the great thing is, every time I have a competition, you know, she's always wants to know what's going on. She's very, what is that? I can't even think of the word. Anyway, she's always very interested. She's willing to listen to me, and she asks questions and everything when it comes to my lifting, so, which is nice. And she's always such a sweetheart, because every time I have lifting, she's like, okay, when is it exactly? What time do you start? And so I always tell her. She's like, okay, I will pray for you, and I know you're gonna do great, because you will do great. And she always just has that blind confidence in me. Well, I don't want to say blind confidence, but she's very supportive of me, and if I tell her I'm gonna try and lift whatever, she knows I'm gonna lift it. So, and it's just really nice. And I know she's definitely one of those people that I know she will look at her clock and she will see that this is the time that Catherine said she was going to start, and she will say a prayer for me. So I always think that's awesome. Again, not trying to be political. I hope this doesn't turn anyone off. I by no means will political or religion onto the podcast, because that's not what it's for. But I just want to give a shout out for Miss Sarah. She doesn't watch podcasts, of course, but she's just one of those really great people, and she's a really great knitter. She is definitely, she's always willing to try something, even if she has to rip it out a few dozen times. She tries it until she gets it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!